I am back after a little while of not uploading. Past few weeks have been a bit stressful with house hunting and all of that jazz with my boyfriend. Every day off we've been looking at houses, or the two animals I wanted to film have either been in shed or hiding, so that was a bit difficult considering I had 2 videos planned and neither one wanted to come out and say hi. However, I managed to get one today. If you follow me on Twitter and Instagram, you probably know about this little guy. For the channel though, he's just down here. For the channel though, this is the first time I'm going to introduce him, and without any further ado, this is Quasi, my male Crested Gecko. He's about 3 years old, and I believe he's a patternless yellow, even though he's got, you know, a beautiful little beauty spot. Are you gonna show it off, Quasi? If it will focus on your face, please focus. There we go. He's got a little beauty spot on his head, and a lot of people know the story. I kind of did do a little post on it, but for people who don't, there is a little story about how I got him. I kind of call him my rescue, even though I didn't rescue him. He was brought into the shop where I work along with 3 of his babies. The really nice lady kind of said how she rescued him, and another one which ended up having a litter of 6 babies. Or I say litter, they kind of lay eggs in 2, so she must have had a few eggs. And she said that she managed to sell the first 3 babies along with the mum, but she was really struggling to move him and the other 3 babies because it wasn't really her hobby. This isn't something she planned in the long run. She just wanted to save them from a really bad situation. So we decided to take in the babies and find them all beautiful homes. What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? But as for Quasi, she kind of explained how he has a condition, and the reason he also got his name Quasi, aka Quasimodo. You can see he has got a little hunchback and a little deformity. It means he struggles to walk, struggles to jump, struggles to do everyday things, and because of this it means that as a shop we couldn't really take him in, so I decided to take him home, and now he's my little bundle of joy. Say hello. Hi. Hello. Hello. Ooh. What are you doing? Quasi, I mean, a lot of people have seen photos of him and wondered what is wrong with your lizard. Why is his back all messed up? Why does he look not like a crested gecko should look? And this is because Quasi has what's known as metabolic bone disease. It is a calcium deficiency where, due to like a poor diet and other requirements, it means that, like a UVB and stuff like that, it means that his body couldn't absorb calcium from his food and other parts, and it means instead it took it from his bones, and at a young age it's stunted his growth and given him a little hunchback. Quasi is 3 years old and has been living with this for a good portion of his life, and the fact that he is still going strong and improving every single day means that he is not only healthy, but you just look a bit funny, don't you? You just look funny. And I went to Doncaster Reptile Expo and spoke to Elite Cresties. They are a Cresty breeder and also food supplier. I'm gonna jump? No? Okay. And I kind of explained his story and showed him some photos of him, and they said that judging by his eyes and the way he looks, that he is not only completely healthy, but he is a happy gecko. And from when I first got him, he quite struggled to walk, struggled to jump, struggled to run, and now he is doing all of those stuff. Are you waving? Oh, hello. He can now do all of those things with no problem. It was quite a rush and a quick decision that I decided to take him in. And during that, he's now in the smallest exoterra cage for a crested gecko, which I think is the 30 by 30 by 45. I'll post it here. And I had to kind of make that enclosure accessible for him with a lot of branches and a lot of pathways so he could get to his food and other bits. But now with his improvements, he's probably ready to upgrade soon. And once I've moved, you're gonna move too, aren't you, buddy? Yeah. Yeah, oh, you're licking me, thank you. I mean, if you can see, I am indeed wearing a Game of Thrones shirt that says Mother of Dragons, which I thought was quite appropriate for the video. Because not all gecko, but teeny tiny dragon. Teeny tiny dragon. Dracarys. But I mean, that's kind of Quasi in his story. I call him a rescue because he was rescued, but I didn't personally rescue him because the lady who did have him before was taking brilliant care of him, and he is doing really, really well. Just as I said, you're struggling there, bud, but you know, I was thinking about getting a crested gecko for a little while, and it wasn't something I imagined doing so quickly, but I fell in love with his little face and his character, and he is an absolute delight. He's a little angel. Proper personality. He either sits and chills, or he's jumping and running, or doesn't understand personal space. But diet-wise, Quasi is primarily on Repashy and Pangea. I'm yet to try him on fresh fruits blended and stuff like that. I just wanted to make sure he was getting everything he needed from his food. Unfortunately, he doesn't eat live food. I've tried putting it in, he just has no interest. But for Repashy and Pangea foods mean that they can get everything from that anyway. So he's got a good staple diet, and I mean, Elite Crested did say I can, you know, basically brain the bugs and rub the blood on his mouth, and he might get a taste for it again. But I mean, he's showing no signs of, you know, that he's not eating his Pangea or Repashy, and you know, sometimes crested geckos go off live food when they're older anyway, so I'm not too concerned that he doesn't like his live foods. But you're cool, aren't you? Very cool. Hello. That's basically what I wanted to do with this video. I wanted to introduce him to the channel and explain a little bit about his story. And although I do recommend, you know, rescuing animals and stuff like that, always do. What are you doing? I always recommend doing your research for any animal. Don't just get one because you feel sorry for it. Don't just get one that, you know, think it's cute because it's got something wrong with it, because in the long run you don't know how long, you know, it's got left, or you don't know how much money vet bills is going to cost you if you even need a vet and stuff like that. So I took him on fully prepared to take on the vet bills and his requirements and everything else, and I did non-stop research about his condition, As and when I took him home. Like I say, I did not expect to be taking him home when I did. So from that moment I contacted breeders, I looked online, I read everything I could about his condition, on top of, you know, additionals that he'd need, like a UVB or special enclosure requirements, diet, to make sure that he doesn't get any worse. Because the thing with metabolic bone disease is it's never ever going to get any better. All you can do is maintain it so it doesn't get any worse. And you know, he's always going to look like this, but you know, as long as he's not in pain or it's not deteriorating any worse, then there's nothing you can really do. But you know, they can still live a full life like this, and judging by his back and his tail and stuff like that, this is a severe case of metabolic bone disease. And you know, it's basically just simple steps in care, like calcium powder and UVBs and everything else, that when a single element is not done, this can happen basically. And although he's very cute and I love him, you know, he's unique because of, you know, who and what he... What are you doing, Quasi? You know, I'm not saying... I'm just kind of babbling on now, but what I'm trying to say is don't rescue an animal because you feel sorry for them or you want to be that person that helps them out if you're not fully prepared to do with everything else that comes with the package, if that makes sense. If you are concerned about an animal, there is plenty of rescue places you can get in touch with, or other people share the story, and there might be someone out there who can help. But for Crested, Quasi is basically everything I had hoped for, and even with his oh, beautiful.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky.
Thanks, Quaz. That was brilliant. And even with his condition, he's sitting on my camera right now. I couldn't have a better crested gecko. I love him so much. And he's made a great addition to my... Slipping off the camera. He's made a great addition. Sit here, look. There you go. He's made a great addition to the family, and I say he's absolutely fab. That's basically everything for today's video. My camera battery is flashing at me, and I will be posting another video hopefully next week with my other newest newbie. She's not a say, they're not very new anymore. I've had him for a few months. Can't quite remember when I got him, but it's been a few months. I'll post it here. And my other baby I got in November. People probably know exactly who it is. I think I've mentioned her in a few other videos, and when she's not hiding in a log or deep in shed, I will get her out and we can meet her. But any questions, leave a comment. Any you know, I'm available on Twitter and Instagram and stuff like that. You can always message me. I'll leave some links down below about metabolic bone disease and basic crested care as well. I will be doing videos on this in the future, but if you wanting that information now, it will be all below. But what are you doing? Huh? But that's it for me this week. Say goodbye, Quasi.